Well done, Justin. Oh no, I've got to hit yourself. No! I don't believe it!
Hello. You've caught me watching the video of that time Rosie and I played you all at Crash Team Racing nitro-fueled. Such good memories.
Oh, it was a fantastic day. Rosie and I having loads of fun with our friends online, racing and laughing and enjoying all the weapons and...
Oh, who am I kidding? I hated every second of it!
Apart from that second where I won, but after that it was just clock, missile, bomb, clock, potion, clock.
It's flipping clock-o-clock, wasn't it?
Clocks everywhere. Clocks.
It's no exaggeration to say we got absolutely brutalised by you lot. Well done. Congratulations for being good at games and splatting humble pie right in my face. And even less of an exaggeration to say this has happened quite a few times.
We're only going to be listing 7 instances in this video, however, because you wouldn't want me looking sad now, would you?
So, entry 1. Back to that day playing Crash Team Racing nitro-fueled. August 2019, a few weeks after the game's release, and I'm still existing inside a naive bubble of self-confidence inflated by memories of besting my sister on the PS1 original decades earlier. I thought I was untouchable, and so... together with my CTR Padawan Rosie,
who is also now miles better than me at the game,
challenged you lot, aka the world, to a few online races. We did a fancy graphic that would count the scores and everything, added a comical N on my forehead that originally stood for nefarious, but after a few races, it became apparent it actually stood for noob.
Or not having a good time of it. Robert, not having a good time of it, Pearson.
By the time I eventually squeaked out my solitary victory, the world had already sent a barrage of homing rockets up the backside of my Crash Team Racing dreams. The stream ended with a combined 17 wins for all of you versus a combined 1 win for Rosie and I.
We have been pathetic, Rosie.
We have been
both of
absolutely
us. Pathetic!
A score so brutal, I could never show my face in a Crash Team Racing online lobby ever again.
There are many ways you can be destroyed. You can lose miserably to your opponents, be physically destroyed, or you can be completely shown up. So here is the story of when you completely showed us up in Elden Ring. Let's start at the beginning. Since Elden Ring's release, we've been doing an enjoyable little series called Helping a Wretch Play Elden Ring. Ash plays as the Wretch, with the rest of the team there to guide and protect her on her journey. Now, during this particular session, Ash decided to take on some bosses in Limgrave, and we left the Tree Sentinel, that interfering pain in the neck on a horse, until the very end. We fought it for over 30 minutes. And when I say we, I mean Rob and I threw our underpowered selves at its golden hooves while Ash watched from the cliff top, resummoning us whenever we died and hurling us back into battle, gradually, cheesily chipping away at the Tree Sentinel's health until this happened. Okay, go back up, go back.
We are pathetic. Absolutely pathetic.
You should have let me fight him!
Absolutely
You should have let me fight him!
We really were pathetic during this stream. Not the types to give up, we went in for one more attempt. Only this time, Ash had the great idea of summoning our lovely audience to help. So in came Scully and Ivy Whalen. Scully, 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 Ivy, Ivy, Ivy. They took a beating, gave it a beating. Scully had a bow, Ivy had a magic sword. It was incredibly exciting. And very soon, the Tree Sentinel went down.
Thank you, community! Thank you!
On their first try, in about 5 minutes, while we all just stood around clapping. When you compare their performance to ours...
Oh my god, he's beaten me! He's beaten me to death!
No, he's not yet. Not yet, surely.
Yeah, if he killed her, I would.
I tried to roll. I tried.
Yeah. Scully and Ivy, you made us look like absolute mugs. Thank you. Seriously though, thank you. We absolutely loved it.
Now to take this whole butt-kicking thing a little more literally.
Well, I don't mean literally. No one turned up to the office and started booting off on our cheeks. More that when we played Friday the 13th back on, Friday the 13th, our community killer Jason Voorhees absolutely killed the entire Access team quicker than we could say Camp Crystal Lake is jinxed. And I mean, they've got every animation from Jason squeezing his thumbs into a camp counsellor's eyes to just square punching their head clean off.
So I'm sure there's a death by butt-kicking animation in there somewhere.
Whilst the stream was filled with murderous Jasons performing Blackley comic kills, like the toilet stabbing finale of Recovery Kit or the Benny Hill chase of St. Beast Mode and Whitby, a personal chaotic favourite was Joker 8487. The swift destruction of Nath, Rob, Rosie and then myself as we struggled to fuel up the car to escape the map was something else, shining a whole new light on running around like a headless chicken in the process. Really puts my whole master of horror vibe I'm trying to desperately cultivate here to shame. Even with all the beheading though, we had somehow managed to put all the components we needed into our getaway vehicle before death, only to watch the one camp counsellor still alive, Mickey Saucepan, get decapitated as they tried to make good on our escape plan.
I guess that's one way of interpreting a head start.
For this entry, we're going to take a trip all the way back to 2019.
A time spent carefree, frolicking on the EGX stage. A time where we were blissfully unaware of all the bad things to come.
And by bad things to come, I mean George.
I'd like it to be on record that I have perfect rhythm. Why does this matter, I hear you cry? Well, because we were playing Guitar Hero 3 at EGX 2019. Note, this is slightly different to playing a real guitar.
You know, the place where perfect rhythm actually counts.
Anyway, after putting on a great show, throwing out a few bum notes for entertainment's sake, the crowd comes up to join in. One enthusiastic volunteer, surrounded by others enthusiastically volunteering him no less, made it up to the stage first.
Oh, George. Oh.
Obviously, as he's made it to this list, you know he absolutely annihilated me. Where I played hard, he played expert. Where I dropped notes, he clocked in endless star power. Where I picked a song from the start of the menu, he scrolled down. 5 pages. But when we look at the facts, was there ever any doubt that he would? George, the literal guitar hero who could play the thing behind his head no less, is the face and fingers, and probably the rest of the body parts too, of UKOG Monkey, a Guitar Hero YouTube page where he blasts songs out to 100% perfection at speeds unknown to the rest of mankind.
That's like Lionel Messi beating me at a kick-ups challenge. Yeah, you proud of yourself? Well done.
Next up is... Next up is... Next up is when you all beat me in Fall Guys! You knew this was coming. You all bloomin' knew that one of the entries would be when we were competing in Fall Guys with you all, and I cockily announced my impending victory right before...
Yes!
You deserve that so hard.
I was going to win. I would have jumped through the finish line, the chat would have gone wild, everyone would have cheered, and it was going to be glorious. But you know what, in all honesty, I think I prefer this ending. I'm so happy this happened. It's one of those situations you could never plan. The timing of the race finishing, how close I was to the line. I was this close! The organic scream which burst out of me as I realised what happened. How Jum Jum 14 was the final qualifier and we were both swinging on the pole. Everything just panned out so well, resulting in me being completely destroyed by all of you. And every time I look back on this moment, I can't help but have the biggest smile on my face. And on that note, I'm never playing Fall Guys again. And I will tell you now, I actually have gone back to Fall Guys since this stream. I always end up going back to the beans.
What happens when you shoot a bunch of community members into space?
Well, we got our answer back when we played Among Us. Everyone acts very sus, as the kids say. The Access team dies a lot, and then we're gaslighted into believing it is actually each other committing the crimes. It's not particularly shocking considering this is a game designed to test your lying skills, with imposters encouraged to pin their dastardly murders on the players who are just humble spaceship workers trying to mind their business.
Or you can blame another imposter for your kills, depending on how you play. First Class Trouble should probably get a shout out here.
Innocent bystanders try to gather their thoughts in group meetings, attempting to figure out who the killers are and defend themselves whenever they're accused. Which is a lot, as Rosie found out the hard way.
Rosie, don't forget, an innocent person could die.
Rosie, I'm gonna vote for you.
Why me? No, I walked in there and I saw like, I was like, what is that on the floor?
Rosie sounds a bit nervous.
I swear it's not me. It was pork pie hat.
Rosie,
if I die, if I get chucked out
why
of
had
this
you not voted for
you
pork
have
pie
to
hat
vote pork pie hat, and then you'll be sorry.
Rosie,
then you'll realise your
why
fault.
did you not?
I mean, you could argue that I started this, but you are the ones that literally kicked Rosie's butt off the ship. God bless democracy.
And to everyone's credit, you all did everything in your power to protect Rob. Even the kill Rob guy didn't want to be associated with his downfall, bizarrely, meaning when poor Rosie was actually the imposter, she had no way to get to Rob and killed him out in the open instead.
Have you done yours, Rob?
What?
Oh my god.
What?
I can't believe this has happened.
How could that have happened?
But,
My God! I think it was Panda. Panda was with Rob the whole time.
You've been made.
Oh my God, I think it was Panda.
I can
I'm
read
going Panda.
the chat.
Panda was with Rob the whole time.
I can read the chat, Rosie. I'm also
No,
good.
I think it was
there.
Rob.
I think
it was Panda.
I think if anyone was watching the stream, they'd know.
Butt kicking is truly at its best when it's out of an airlock.
Our final entry is all about you kicking our butts not through gaming skill, but quiz sabotage. Back in May 2021, we played a fun game of Friendly Fortunes where 100 community members gave answers to a series of gaming-related questions, and then we had to guess the most popular answers.
Simple enough, right?
Until it came to the round where you, and then we, were asked to name things you can do in games but not in real life.
We managed to guess a couple of your answers, double jumping and murdering, although I maintain the latter of those is still technically possible.
But that's as far as we got. Magic, fast travel, surviving impossible amounts of damage. All very sensible answers you failed to suggest, only to instead come up with the kind of nonsense that completely derailed mine and Rosie's chances of winning.
Climbing. Climbing is apparently impossible in real life and is something you could only do in video games. Watch this. Look. Here I am, climbing on a chair. See? You can climb things in real life. And there's 16 of you out there who don't think you can. And it's your fault, not mine. It's your fault that me and Rosie lost the game. Okay, I'm sick of it.
There we go then, 7 times we got our butts kicked by you. Well done, hope you're proud of yourselves. Give us a like if you reckon you could give us a pasting in your favourite game, and don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell if you haven't already done so, to make sure you're always up to date with everything from the world of PlayStation. Thanks for watching, we'll catch you again soon.